Ghostly tales, yet mirrors of human life. Hey everyone! Welcome to Encountering Chinese, Ghostly Tales from Zhai. Today, I'm going to tell you a story called Qiuyue. In Qiuyue County, there was a man named Wang Ding who was generous, warm-hearted, and physically strong, excelling in making friends. When Wang Ding was 18, his fiancée died of illness before they could marry. Wang Ding loved to travel and each trip would last for years. His brother, Wang Nai, was a renowned scholar in Jiangbei and had a deep bond with Wang Ding. He often advised his brother not to travel and planned to find him a good wife. However, Wang Ding ignored his brother's advice and took a boat to Zhenjiang to visit a friend. Coincidentally, the friend was away, so Wang Ding rented a room in the attic of an inn. The inn's window overlooked the clear, rippling waters of the river, with Jinshan clearly visible, which made Wang Ding very happy. Although the friend came the next day to invite Wang Ding to stay at his house, Wang Ding politely declined. Wang Ding stayed at the inn for more than half a month. One night, he dreamt of a young lady, around 14 or 15 years old, with a dignified and beautiful appearance. She climbed into bed and made love with him. When he woke up, he found he had had a nocturnal emission. He was quite puzzled but thought it was just a coincidence. However, the next night, he dreamt of the same young lady again. This continued for 3 or 4 nights, and Wang Ding was greatly astonished. At night, he did not dare to extinguish the candles and, though he lay in bed, he remained constantly alert. Yet, as soon as he closed his eyes, he would dream of the young lady again. While they were being intimate, Wang Ding suddenly woke up, hurriedly opened his eyes, and saw a girl as beautiful as a fairy clearly in his arms. The young lady, seeing Wang Ding awake, felt very shy. Wang Ding, although he suspected she was not human, was delighted and, without asking her about her situation, he made love to her again. The young lady seemed unable to bear it and said, "You are so rough, no wonder I dare not tell you the truth face to face." Only then did Wang Ding ask about her origins. The young lady replied, "My name is Qiuyue. My late father was a renowned scholar, proficient in the divinatory arts of the I Ching. He loved me dearly but said I had a short lifespan and therefore did not allow me to marry. Later, I indeed died at the age of 15. My father buried me on the east side of this inn's attic. He did not allow the burial mound to rise above ground level and did not erect a tombstone, but placed a stone tablet beside the coffin inscribed with, 'My daughter Qiuyue is buried here without a tomb. 30 years later, she will marry Wang Ding.' Now 30 years have passed, and you have arrived. I was so happy and wanted to present myself to you, but felt shy, so I met you in your dreams." Wang Ding was also very happy upon hearing this and asked to make love to Qiuyue again. Qiuyue said, "I need some of your yang energy to be reborn, but I cannot endure your advances right now. In the future, We can enjoy our married life together until old age. Why rush for tonight?" With that, she got up and left. The next day, Qiuyue came to Wang Ding again, sitting opposite him, laughing and joking, as joyful as a living person. Later, they extinguished the candles and went to bed, and Qiuyue seemed no different from a living person. However, when Qiuyue got up, Wang Ding experienced another nocturnal emission, staining the bedclothes. One night, under the bright and clear moonlight, Wang Ding and Qiuyue were strolling in the courtyard. Wang Ding asked Qiuyue, "Are there cities in the underworld?" Qiuyue replied, "It is just like the human world. The cities in the underworld are not here, they are about 3 or 4 miles away. However, there, night is like day, and ghosts rest during the daytime." Wang Ding asked, "Can living people go and see them?" Qiuyue answered, "They can be led there by a ghost." Wang Ding requested to visit, and Qiuyue agreed. They set off under the moonlight towards the underworld. Qiuyue floated effortlessly, moving as swiftly as the wind, while Wang Ding had to exert himself to keep up. Suddenly, they seemed to arrive at a place, and Qiuyue said, "We are not far now." Wang Ding looked around but saw nothing. Qiuyue then smeared her saliva at the corners of Wang Ding's eyes. When he opened his eyes again, he found his vision twice as bright as usual, making the night appear as clear as day. Instantly, Wang Ding saw a city emerging through the hazy mist, with people on the streets as if heading to a market. Soon, 2 officers in black garments passed by, dragging 3 or 4 people, the last of whom closely resembled Wang Ding's elder brother, Wang Nai. Wang Ding approached and saw that the person was indeed his brother. He was horrified and asked, "Brother, how did you end up here?" Upon seeing Wang Ding, Wang Nai burst into tears and said, "I don't know how it happened. The officers forcibly brought me here." Wang Ding angrily said, "My brother is a gentleman who adheres to propriety. How could he end up bound like this?" He then asked the 2 officers to release his brother. The officers refused and arrogantly glared at Wang Ding. Enraged, Wang Ding was about to argue when Wang Nai stopped him, saying, "This is the order of their superior. They are only doing their duty. However, I lack money, and they are demanding a bribe, which is truly ruthless. Brother, please go back and help me gather some money." Wang Ding grabbed his brother's arm, weeping bitterly. The officers, also angered, yanked the rope around Wang Nai's neck, causing him to fall. Seeing this, Wang Ding's rage flared uncontrollably. He unsheathed his sword and immediately decapitated one officer. The other officer, seeing this, cried out loudly, but Wang Ding also cut off his head. Qiuyue, witnessing this, was greatly terrified and said, "You have killed officers of the underworld, which is an unforgivable crime. You must flee immediately. If you delay, a great calamity will befall you. You must quickly find a boat and go north. Once home, do not remove your brother's mourning banner, shut your doors, and do not go outside. After 7 days, you will be safe. Following Qiuyue's instructions, Wang Ding supported his brother, quickly hired a small boat, and hurried north. When Wang Ding arrived home, he saw mourners still at the door and realized his brother had indeed died. He locked the doors, and upon entering the house, found his brother's ghost had vanished. Checking the coffin, he discovered that his brother had come back to life and was calling out, "I'm starving. Bring me some soup and noodles." At that time, Wang Nai had been dead for 2 days. The family was shocked to see him alive again, and Wang Ding recounted the entire story to them. 7 days later, they opened the doors and removed the mourning banner, and people learned about Wang Nai's resurrection. Friends and relatives came to inquire about the details, but Wang Ding fabricated a story to explain it away. After some time, Wang Ding started to miss Qiuyue and became very anxious with longing. He traveled south again to the attic where he had stayed before, lit candles, and waited for a long time, but Qiuyue did not come. As he was getting drowsy and about to sleep, a woman arrived and told him, "Miss Qiuyue asked me to tell you that a few days ago, because the underworld officers were killed and the perpetrator escaped, the officials in the underworld captured her and imprisoned her. The guards mistreat her because of her connection to the case. She anxiously awaits your help to find a solution." Upon hearing this, Wang Ding was filled with sorrow and anger, and he followed the woman. They arrived at a city and slipped in through a side gate from the west. The woman pointed to a large gate inside the city and said, "Miss Qiuyue is temporarily imprisoned here." Wang Ding entered the gate and saw many buildings inside with numerous prisoners, but he did not find Qiuyue. He entered a small door and saw a room with light coming from it. When Wang Ding approached the window and looked inside, he indeed saw Qiuyue sitting on the bed, covering her face with her sleeve, crying softly. Beside her were 2 ghostly guards who were pinching her cheeks and touching her small feet, teasing and harassing her, making her cry even harder. One of the guards held her by the neck and said, "You are already a criminal, why bother with so-called chastity?" Wang Ding, furious, without saying a word, rushed into the room with his sword and swiftly beheaded the 2 guards as if cutting through hemp stalks, and took Qiuyue out of the door, fortunately without being noticed. As soon as they returned to the inn, Wang Ding suddenly woke up. He was puzzled by the danger in his dream when he saw Qiuyue standing there, gazing at him affectionately. Wang Ding stood up in surprise, pulled Qiuyue to sit down, and recounted the events of his dream. Qiuyue said, "It was all real, it was not a dream." Wang Ding, shocked, asked, "What should we do now?" Qiuyue sighed and said, "This is fate. Originally, the end of this month was my time to be reborn, but now things have come to this point, I can't wait any longer. Please dig up my burial place quickly, take my body home, and call my name every day in front of my body. In 3 days, I will be revived. However, since my time in the underworld is not complete, my bones are still soft, and I will be weak and unable to manage household chores for you." With that, She hurried to leave but turned back at the door and said to Wang Ding, "I almost forgot to tell you what to do if the underworld sends someone after you. When I was alive, my father gave me a talisman, saying that 30 years later, it would protect both of us as a couple." She asked for a pen and quickly wrote 2 talismans, saying, "One talisman is for you to wear, and the other should be placed on my back." Wang Ding saw her out the door, made a mark where she disappeared, and dug about a foot down, revealing a coffin that was already decayed. Beside the coffin was a small stone tablet with the words Qiuyue had mentioned. When he opened the coffin, he found that Qiuyue's face looked as if she were still alive, completely uncorrupted. Wang Ding carried her into the house, where her clothes disintegrated in the wind. He placed the talisman on her, wrapped her tightly in a quilt, and carried her to the riverbank, calling for a boat that was anchored there. He deceived the boatman by saying that his sister had fallen seriously ill and he needed to take her home. Fortunately, a strong south wind blew that day, and at dawn, they had already reached their destination smoothly. Wang Ding carried Qiuyue home, settled everything, and then informed his brother and sister-in-law of the events. The whole family, though alarmed and full of questions, dared not speak their doubts aloud. Wang Ding uncovered the quilt and repeatedly called Qiuyue's name, even sleeping with her body at night. Gradually, the corpse began to show signs of warmth, and after 3 days, Qiuyue finally came back to life. 7 days later, she could even walk. Qiuyue dressed and went to pay respects to her sister-in-law, her demeanor as graceful as that of a celestial being. However, she was still weak, and after walking more than 10 steps, she needed someone to support her, or she would sway as if about to fall. Those unaware of the true situation assumed Qiuyue was suffering from a strange illness, which, in their eyes, added to her charm. Qiuyue often advised Wang Ding, "Your sins are too deep. You should perform good deeds and recite scriptures to repent, or your lifespan might be cut short." Wang Ding, who had never believed in deities or Buddhism before, heeded her advice and began studying Buddhist teachings with sincere devotion. As a result, the family lived in peace and safety. At the end of the story, the author adds his own commentary. Upon hearing this story, I sincerely suggest that the underworld establish a law. Anyone who kills a public officer should have their punishment reduced by 3 levels compared to those who kill innocent civilians. This is because these so-called officers are all deserving of death. How wonderful it would be if eliminating these harmful officers could be considered lawful. Even if such a law seems harsh, it wouldn't be considered tyrannical. Moreover, the underworld doesn't have fixed laws. If someone encounters an evildoer, even if they are chopped up with knives and saws or boiled in a pot, it wouldn't be considered cruel. As long as the actions bring great satisfaction to the public, even the king of hell would think it well done. However, it is doubtful that someone like Wang Ding, who committed a crime warranting pursuit by the underworld, could actually escape. Perhaps the king of hell never intended to capture him at all. Alright. That's all for today's ghostly tale. Qiuyue. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Please also encourage everyone to comment and share more. We'll see you in the next episode.